bring herself to apologize for an elementary reaction from a crush. Please welcome Nicole Cortichiato. I'm sorry, I say your last name different every time I say it.
No worries. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Apology allergies. You know how you do something when you're a kid, something you're not proud of, and it stays with you your whole life? And maybe that's something you did or said you've never apologized for. Or maybe you have, but you still feel bad about it. If you have something like this in your past, I want you to think back to this moment, just for a second. If you could change how you responded, then would you? Would you apologize? This is one of those stories. There was a new kid in our 5th grade class, and he was different. His name was Tommy, but we called him Tommy Temper because he'd have these elaborate tantrums in class when we teased him. One thing we teased him about was his way with words, because sometimes he talked like a baby. He'd use different words like tippy top and snacky poo, which we found funny. But mostly, we called him Bubble Butt, because his butt cheeks looked like 2 giant, perfectly round bubbles. One of my fondest memories of Tommy was this one afternoon when he was banging the metal horse swings around like a madman on the playground. It took an hour and 3 teachers to calm him down. Watching Tommy get angry was like watching a comedy act, but unfortunately, our laughing made him even more livid. And Tommy, well, he liked me. He liked me a lot. And I liked him, but I'd never admit it. I didn't want everyone to know I liked the boy everyone teased. Plus, Tommy kind of made me nervous. Probably because he was very forward as a 5th grader. It was as if he had lots of experience with girls. I remember once he was behind me as we were going up a flight of stairs. It was just after the Thanksgiving holiday. He said my Levi's were too tight and that it looked like I had gained weight, but that it was all right with him. No boy had ever commented about my body before, and it made me feel weird. So I teased him too, because I didn't want my friends to know I liked him. No one knew my feelings for Tommy, not even my best friend, Kim. And I didn't want to like him, damn it. I just wanted things to go back how they were before, like with my box of 64 crayons, my Ginny dolls, and my roller skates. I didn't want to think about my feelings of boys. And as our winter vacation approached, Tommy kept asking me what I wanted for Christmas. I told him I didn't want anything. But of course a tiny part of me did, and was curious what he would get. When we finally had our holiday party, Tommy kept coming up to me to give me his gift, and I kept telling him, I don't want it. He must have tried 5 times. He even enlisted my best friend to convince me to take it. Then, after school, when my stepmom picked me up, I was horrified to see his gift peeking out of my bag. My best friend had put it there. I was so mad at her for going behind my back. But as soon as I got home, I locked myself in my room so I could open it. It was poorly wrapped, and in the kind of box banks use to mail you checkbooks. When I opened it, a half-filled bottle of Mary Kay perfume was lying there with cotton around it. The cotton was wet and yellow because the perfume had leaked out. A strong scent circled the air, but this was something for a grown woman, not a fifth grader. I found out later that Tommy had stolen the perfume from his mother and was now in trouble, deep trouble. And now he wanted his gift back. But I told him I didn't have it. He didn't believe me at first. Finally, I told him I had thrown his gift away. You threw it away? He said, why? I had no answer for him. I didn't expect he would ask for it back. He even asked if I could go dig it out of my garbage. I told him no, I couldn't do that. It was too gross. He then asked if he could come over to do it. I told him no, my dad wouldn't like it, and I wasn't allowed to have boys over anyway. Still, Tommy didn't give up. He asked if he could come over later that night to get it. He thought I put it in the garbage outside, so he wanted to come and dig it out. But I told him it was too late. The perfume was gone. But it wasn't gone. I lied. It was in her kitchen garbage, still in its box. I lied because I didn't want anyone to know I liked Tommy. I was too paranoid someone would find out my feelings for him, and also because then I would have to find a way to give the perfume back to him, or he would have to come to my house, or I'd have to give it to him at school. I couldn't risk it. And in that moment when I lied, I didn't know who I was anymore. It was my first huge lie. I sat there on the phone with Tommy, feeling sick, and yet I couldn't speak or change my mind. His desperate plea was begging at my door like a malnourished dog, and I let it die there. His breath and silence on the phone said it all. He was in for a beating. He was still hopeful when he had called me, but now, forget it. It was over. I never apologized to Tommy, and it seems weird to apologize today for something that happened so long ago. I guess that's why I have apology allergies. I did find out, though, through Facebook, that Tommy is happily married to a beautiful woman. She probably wears perfume, but to this day,